There are so many different tasks that we do as homemakers every single day. And every week I try to hit the reset button just to get us going for the week ahead. So join me today as we bring the house back to life. Hey guys, it's Alexa, and I am back on YouTube. Hey. So I decided to come back. There's a lot of things that I got to work out to be able to come back on YouTube. And I am just excited to be here. So we're just going to get right into it. As you can see, I am going to be making my morning coffee. So I am 23 weeks pregnant right now. And let's be honest, I do not like a lot of things. When I am pregnant, I just don't like food. I don't enjoy many things. And unfortunately, one of those things is my morning coffee. I used to make this beautifully delicious coffee, and now I've had to change it up so I can like it again. So I used to hand grind. Now, as you can see, I'm coming in to give my beautiful baby girl a hug. I just love her so much. She's hanging out with my cousin today. But anyways, I used to hand grind my coffee and every single day make it out of a mocha pot, and now we don't do that. I do like the taste of Nespresso coffee, so that's my Nespresso maker right there. Thank goodness that I have that, but I am making an iced white mocha. That seems to be my favorite kind of coffee right now. If you would like the recipe to my coffee, let me know and I'll do a video on it soon. But just trying to add in all good ingredients, raw milk, a little bit of maple syrup. Probably the one process thing would be the white chocolate sauce, but I've tried to make my own and I just don't like it. And here we are. So the sauce that I get isn't terrible, but yeah, I'm over explaining my coffee. But, anyways, I can drink coffee at home and not go to Starbucks and drink theirs. So my husband's very happy that I am saving money that way. But as you can see with homemaking, it's just a lot of repetitive tasks. We're just going to keep wiping. And now I'm going to get started for my day. Right now, today it is Sunday. And on Sundays, we usually go to church, but my little one is sick. She's running around right now, but it's still at the end of being sick. So we are just taking precautions and staying home. So that's what we're doing. But today on Sundays, I don't prefer Sundays to be my reset day, but sometimes they are, especially when my husband is gone for work. So he works out of town. He's a lot cooler than I am, flies around on working on 737s and takes care of those. So for a couple weeks at a time. So it's just me and my little babe and my cousin who rents from us, and we're just holding down the fort here. But sometimes Sundays have to be my reset day just because that's what works for me for that week. And hopefully one day it won't always be like that, but for right now it is, and that's okay. So, as you can see, we're just wiping down the counter. I There are times where like we were gone a lot this weekend. So everything that I had made to take over to family's house or prepped for breakfast or whatever, we're just cleaning up. Sometimes I do leave the kitchen. I know that's not the best thing to do, but I'm a mama one. I'm 23 weeks pregnant and I get tired very easily. So, yeah. And it's okay. Some days I'm like, you know what? It's all right. I'll just clean it tomorrow. And I am okay with that. Some people aren't. I am. But so we're just going to pick up because I really want to just make this house nice and pretty. All right. Now I'm going to get out some sourdough starter. During either on Saturdays or Sundays, I start to prep to make my bread. And I like to have sandwich loaves and bagels available every single week. My family thoroughly enjoys having bagels for sure, but I also like to have sandwich bread just in case, like for breakfast if we run out of bagels or if we want to make sandwiches for lunch throughout the week, just to have. So I'm always prepping sandwich bread and bagels every single week. I will link the recipes that I use below. They are not my own recipes. I will be honest, I'll probably, if I ever do come up with my own sourdough recipe, it'll probably be years down the road. I just love the recipes that I use online from other bloggers who have already done the hard part and came up with the recipes. And yeah, they're just delicious. Of you've probably even tried these recipes before, but yeah. As you can see from that water, I was getting hot water. We have a hot water spigot and a cold water spigot. So our hot water is steaming, boiling hot, ready to go, and our cold water is pretty cold. But anyways, now I made some graham crackers this weekend. I am making a chocolate eclair, and I made graham crackers from scratch, and now I'm just putting them in the oven. I also made the pudding from scratch as well. And so you'll see me put that together at the end of this video. I do love the pudding recipe that I use. I'm not a fan of the graham cracker recipe. I might have done it wrong, but I followed it step by step, I feel. So yeah, I think I'm going to be trying another graham cracker recipe. But we put some eggs in the sink and we got them all cleaned off. So now I'm just taking them out of the sink and trying to dry them, letting them air dry a little bit so then we can put them in the fridge. Our chickens are still just laying eggs all the time. It's not a big abundance, but it's still enough, especially for a family, very small family. So we're getting still about 6 to 8 chicken eggs a day, which is pretty good for us. I am unfortunately not going to be able to preserve them for this season. I just don't have the things available. I don't have the gallon mason jars. I know there's probably other things that you can use, but when you're pregnant, I feel like there's just certain things in life you make time for and certain things in life you don't make time for, or you don't want to make time for, or you're too tired for. So, not to make excuses, but that's just how life is right now. So, when it comes to homemaking, I feel like the work that we do, and you hear this all the time, but I really do believe it. It's very repetitive work. It doesn't seem like it matters in the grand scheme of things, but it really does, and it makes a huge difference. And the little things that we do every single day add up to being the big things. And, one of the repetitive things we do is constantly wipe down the counters. So, yeah. All right, so I'm getting all these graham crackers. They did not turn out the way that I wanted them to. They still taste pretty good, but they got burnt around the edges. So I'm wondering if maybe I shouldn't bring them so close to the edge. I'm not sure. I may try this recipe again. One of the reasons why I didn't like it is because there wasn't a distinct amount of time that it needed to be in the oven. They said just until it was brown and crispy, and I don't like those kind of recipes. I like to, especially with baking, like cooking, I can understand, but baking, it's oh my goodness. I needed strict how to. So yeah, but this is just more graham cracker dough. If you were to look very closely, you would see that I don't know how to make straight lines with a pizza cutter, but we're not going to show you that. Nobody needs to see that. But yeah, my family ended up they liked them and they worked great for the dessert. They did work great for the dessert, but I just I keep going on and on about these graham crackers, but I'm telling you, there's recipes out there that you think it's you, but sometimes they just flop, and that's okay. So we're just gonna get up and we're gonna try again, and we're gonna try a new recipe because I love graham crackers. They're one of my favorite thing. They're actually my favorite pregnancy posts, like throughout the pregnancy and postpartum snack. And the stuff that's in the store, like I just can't do it, friends. Just can't do it. I'm very much into eating the ingredients that I understand and just not for me. So now my dough for my sandwich bread is all mixed together and I'm slapping a big slab of butter in there. I like to have butter. I like to have fat covering all sides of the bowl when I do my sourdough bread. I don't know. I've done it without butter and I don't like dealing with the dough after. So the butter gives it just a little more flavor and makes it taste real good. So you don't have to add any extra butter on the outside. So And I know I'm using plastic wrap. I got it, but I enjoy plastic wrap. A lot of people don't agree with it, but I enjoy it. And yeah, I get a big one from Costco. It's great. So now we're gonna try these graham crackers. I used whole wheat flour instead of graham flour. I guess there's graham flour, which I didn't know, but they're good. But you know, I'm like, when I taste something, I have to like really think about it. And if I'm thinking about it for too long, then that's an okay recipe. But anyways, we're moving on from the graham crackers, right? So now we're going to be making some sourdough bagels. As I said before, I will link the recipe below. I'm also going to link to my Amazon shops because there's just a lot of kitchen utensils in here. And if you're interested in buying anything that I have used in my kitchen, it's all in my blog Amazon shop. I don't have a storefront yet, but I have just a little blog page. So the little one wanted some water and she's very upset right now. So I am getting her some water and talking to her and just saying, it's going to be okay, little sis. It's going to be okay. You know, what I find the hardest part about homemaking is just staying organized with your time and really truly staying at the task at hand. We have a lot of things that we do in our lives, and on these reset days, I just kind of like to make sure I cover all the bases that I need to get myself on track for the week ahead. So, just making things like bread or little sauces or planning out my meal plans for the next week. All that stuff really matters when it comes to being prepared with homemaking, especially if you work outside of the home. I mean, that's a whole different ballgame. I am very grateful that I am able to stay home. It did not come without a price, that's for sure. And it doesn't come without a lot of sacrifice on our part as well. But I am very grateful to be at this stage in my life and being able to be home with my little one. But when it comes to those reset days for the week, you just want to make sure that you get everything done that can just make the week ahead so much better. Dishes, I'm sorry. I wish I could tell you that they are done within, just done for the week. But especially in this home, we do have a dishwasher. You guys probably saw it. It sits a little bit higher up, but we don't use it. I am not a fan of dishwashers. I know. But if I am if you have to pre-wash the dish before you put it in your dishwasher, and I know people will probably say no, you don't have to do that, but you know what I'm talking about. If you have to take it to the sink and but wash off all of the extra stuff or not put food in there, you know, I'm the person who's like, I might as well just wash the dish and just get it over with. And so I'm anti dishwasher. I know a lot of people love their dishwashers. Kudos to you. I'm very happy for you. I'm very glad. But yeah, we were thinking of replacing that dishwasher with a wine cooler. So I don't know how we'll get that to work out, but my husband's pretty handy and I'm sure he'll be able to figure it out for me, which would be ecstatic. I mean, obviously I can't drink wine right now, but when that baby comes, I'm gonna have me a nice pasta dish and a little glass of wine. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, so we're just doing the dishes as we always do, just trying to get those out of the way from breakfast and a little bit from the night before. And here we go again, wiping these countertops, these beloved countertops. Then you're gonna see my little boy Sergeant come through. He's my baby. I have two German Shepherds, and even though they're very sweet and kind, they don't like strangers. So it's great. Not saying that sounds really bad, but it's a good thing as well because they are our protectors and we are grateful for them in that manner. But here we go, butter in another bowl for our bagels. Just gonna throw that dough on in there, and then both the bagel dough and the sandwich dough will rise for 12 to 24 hours. Just as long as I get to it to the next day, it's totally fine and it's all good. So, more dishes. Yay. That's what my cousin always says. So my cousin rents from us and she lives in our home with us, which really does help when my husband's gone because it gives me another adult here and I'm not so alone all the time. And I'm really grateful for that. But she's always, every time she helps me with the dishes, she's like, more dishes. I'm like, that is just the name of the game when you're cooking at home or cooking from scratch, especially. There's just always dishes until dinner is done, dessert is done. And yeah. So now we're doing laundry. I know I'm doing laundry on a Sunday. I used to have a good laundry schedule and I want to get back to it, but I'll get back to it one day when life's a little more organized and I just try to not be too hard on myself with it. When you have young kids and even if you're at home or if you're working, just having young kids, it's a lot of work to just keep afloat. So just do what you can when you can. I'm always the person who tries to stay organized, but do it as much as you can. Now with other things, I'm a lot more organized, but with cleaning the house, I'm like, okay, as long as you get to it, we'll do it. So obviously I use chemicals to get out the stains because I've never not had any luck with non-toxic stain removers to get the stains out. But I do make my own laundry detergent, and so the stain remover is only used when there's stains, obviously. So now we're just moving to the dining room and we're doing laundry. I have a pretty big laundry room, but it's not big enough for me to just be able to fold the clothes in there. So yes, I am that person that brings their laundry to the dining room and I try to work through this through the clothes of the so the dining room is used for what it's used for, but when it's just me and my daughter, sometimes we just don't eat at the dining room table, I'm going to be honest. Eat more at the breakfast counter and whatnot. So all the clothes that were hanging on all the chairs from yesterday, they're all dried now, so we're just gonna keep folding them. We're gonna take them upstairs. The sheet that's hanging over the chairs right now, that is my duvet cover for my bed. So yeah, I got to take that upstairs and put that all together. I'm that person that does the sheets the day of or the duvet cover and like, okay, we're gonna get the bedding done by tonight, and you know, um, it doesn't always happen. 75% of the time I can get it on there, but there's a 25% where nope, it ain't going on the bed. I know, so bad. So we're gonna get that on there and get this room all tidied up. This is mine and my husband's bedroom, and just ready to get it organized. We live in a 2-story home, and I came from a 1-story home from our old house. I can say that I love living in a ranch a lot more. I love our home that we have now. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I'm so grateful for the space. I'm grateful for the opportunity there is here for us to grow our family, the land, everything about it. It's just a beautiful home with so much character. But the only thing and I'm not complaining about it, it's not that I'm not grateful. I just miss having a 1-story home. I felt like my home was a tad bit more organized when I had a 1-story compared to a 2. But, so the second story, you just kind of get to it when you can get to it. But yeah. And also, obviously, I'm not the person that makes their bed as soon as they wake up. I used to be the person that would wake up early, make her bed, and go. But since becoming pregnant, I allow myself to sleep in because if I don't sleep in, I get really sick. So, or I need a nap throughout the day, and I definitely cannot nap throughout the day. It's just not a good I can't fit that into my schedule. So I'm like, I'll just sleep in and then during nap time try to get a lot of this stuff done. But yeah, so here's this blessed duvet cover that I really love. I love having it because I'm able to clean it, but I'm just gonna save you the agony and not have you watch me put that duvet cover on because it is not fun. It takes forever, forever. So I got this bed frame off of Facebook Marketplace for $100. It's so stinking pretty, and I just love it for our room. It it just brings so much character. I have so many ideas that I want to do for this room, and yeah, but I really love my husband loves the color orange and I love the color blue, and I love that color combination together. I prefer like the navy blue with the burnt orange, like the deeper colors, and you'll see that when I put my pillows up on my bed. But I have rugs that have orange in them and have some blue in them that are on the floor that are from House of Tokumen. I'll link her website below where you can go and shop. She's amazing. I love Annabelle. She has such great products and I love her rugs. I wish I bought, I think, 4 or 5 now, and I wish I want to get more. So so when it comes to the room, it's obviously not the color that we want. I definitely don't enjoy the window coverings, but one day we'll get there and we'll change it. So I'm gonna do a little lip touch up with my vanity. Nothing like a good everybody says red lipstick. I prefer mauve lipsticks to make you feel like you're fire. So again, like I said, homemaking is a lot of times just going around and picking everything up. I would love to say I'm the person that picks up as they go, but not all the time, especially with my hot tools. I don't like to put my hot tools in the like the vanity, the cupboard. I don't like it touching wood unless I know it's cool. Once they're cool, then I will come back upstairs and put them away. And then I'm dumping out all the waters. When you live in a two-story, like I said, things can just accumulate up top. So I have a glass of water by me before bed. I can wake up pretty dry throat. So just going through all that. But anyways, took a little bit of a break because I had to record for Honey I'm Homemaking. That is my second podcast. I have two. One is women and one is Honey I'm Homemaking, and I'll link them both below. But I just took a couple-hour break to record for Honey I'm Homemaking, and now I am back in the kitchen nook area, cleaning up all of Amelia's toys and just helping her out. Now she's one, so obviously she does help me, but she doesn't at the same time. So it's kind of like watching mom do it. And I know that what I'm doing, she is watching and she is adapting, like when I get out the broom, she wants to help me sweep. And I've never even asked her to do that. When I vacuum, she wants to help me vacuum. So just having them learn by watching you as well makes such a huge difference. I'm not here to give motherly advice. I've just found that, if I just keep picking up and when she's around, just having her say, "Hey, you want to help mommy a little bit?" and go from there and make it not so intense. It's like either you pick this up or, you know, you're in trouble, but that's not how we do things around here. I just want it to be more laid back and I really think my daughter one day will just, you know, I'll be like, "Hey, let's clean up," and she'll just do it. So, Anyways, she has this cute little table. I got this from a very dear family friend, and I just love this thing. She eats at it. She eats her snacks at it. She eats her breakfast at it. She draws at it. And so I'm just cleaning it up real good because it can get real sticky even after just a couple hours of playing at it or eating at it. And yeah, but it's the sweetest little table. I want to find more chairs to go around the more kids we have. And then, just here we go again, wiping these counters. And now onto the living room, doing a pickup of the living room. I am the only one home right now, so I am just trying to get this living room all ready to go for the week. That's my other dog Diesel, who's sitting there all nice and pretty. He's our adopted dog. Sergeant we got as a puppy. Diesel, he's our adopted dog that we got from another family. He had a lot of trauma. So he has a bit more anxiety compared to, well, Sergeant doesn't have any anxiety. He's he was He's good, but Diesel just has a little bit more. So he has to be around me at all times. Trips me a lot because he has to be right by my side, but we love him anyways. And with dogs, especially German Shepherds, girl, I am vacuuming every day, sometimes twice a day. But just try to maintain that dog hair. You know what I'm saying? So now we are jumping into finally making this eclair. I made everything from scratch. So, like I said, I made the graham crackers, the pudding, and I am making the chocolate sauce right now. It's heating up on the stove. And I am starting to put this beautiful dessert together. So, with an eclair, you just do a layer of graham crackers, a thick layer of pudding, and then another layer of graham crackers and another thick layer of pudding and then another layer of graham crackers and then the chocolate on top. And it has to sit in the fridge or in a cold place for 8 hours, I think. Probably you could probably do a little less if you needed to, but I just put mine in for the night before. And unfortunately, this dessert kind of took me all weekend because I wasn't prepared for having the pudding sit because I forgot that that had to cool off and that had to sit in the fridge for a few hours. And yeah, so, but I just wanted to try it out. I wanted to see how it tasted. I had a lot of extra egg yolks left over, and I was like, okay, what can I make with egg yolks? And pudding sounded really good. So I might just make this pudding from scratch just to have on hand because it was pretty simple ingredients and really wasn't that sweet. I could probably even take out some of the sugar that was in it. But anyways, I'm putting the chocolate part on top. This is kind of like like when you dip those cones in the chocolate and then it hardens real quick. That's what this sauce is, and it hardens super quick. So you have to be on your game and ready to go. I found that out the hard way. But yeah, and it was delicious the next day when we ate it. So now this is my front porch. As you can see, I got my cute little skeletons and just a bunch of pumpkins and corn, and I'm just cleaning this all up. I pretty much do this every day because we have a ton of trees and the leaves just get everywhere. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed homemaking with me today. I am so glad that you decided to stop by. If you'd like to see more homemaking content like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Let me know of some things that you want to see. I am looking for any and all ideas because I am ready to dive headfirst into making these type of videos for all of you. Once again, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye.